Storing miniatures on a bookshelf can be very useful because it saves a lot of room and also displays them very nicely. But do you ever get annoyed when you are trying to get that one miniature that's behind all of your other miniatures, and no matter what you do to carefully acquire it, there's still the shelf above that makes you inevitably knock over everything in front of it? Or do you also get annoyed when you're playing Warhammer and you have to move or pile in a unit one model at a time and it just takes forever, and your opponent starts giving you crap like, "Come on, man, would you hurry up? No wonder we don't play this game anymore. It takes forever." And you're like, "Dude, give me a break. I have 2 units of 20 men each that I have to move into combat." Well, there are solutions to all of these problems. Welcome back to the Mini Smithy. Today I'll be showing you how I made all of this stuff you see here, which makes accessing the miniatures and also playing with the miniatures a lot easier. First of all, the way I like to organize my units is with a piece of galvanized flashing sheet metal and 6x2mm refrigerator magnets. In order to do this, you have to glue magnets to the bases. These magnets are a little bit too thin in order to be flush with the bottom of the base, so there needs to be a spacer in between the magnet and the base. Otherwise, the magnet wouldn't be strong enough. I used tiny scrap pieces of flashing about this size, and it seemed to be the perfect thickness to make it flush. Then I roughly etched the rectangle that one unit of miniatures makes into the flashing. Then cut the flashing out slightly smaller than the etched lines I just created, so that when the miniatures are sitting on the flashing, you can't see it at all. For the actual bookshelf, unfortunately, I had already built this before I started filming stuff, so I can't just do a walkthrough with you of like each step that I did, but hopefully I can explain what I did with the finished product here. So I just went to Home Depot and got these really cheap drawer sliders, and then I screwed this just to a little 1x2, and then that allows you to screw into the shelf itself. The other part of the drawer slider just gets screwed to the bookshelf side. And then for the top of the shelf, I just glued this sheet metal on the top. You can totally just use the sheet metal that I use for the base of the miniatures, just that flashing, and then you could just lay that down in strips across, laying side by side, and glue that to the wood. This is actually a piece from Discount Steel. I sent them the measurements of the shelf, and so then this is just all one piece. It's more expensive to do it that way, but I like the look of it more. And then that allows for bigger models like this that are easily tippable, if that's the right word. It allows for those, when you magnet them, then they don't just fall off, because otherwise all the miniatures would just fall off the shelf when you pull it in and out. So I think it works great. So instead of having trouble getting just one miniature from the back of your shelf and potentially knocking everything over in the process, this way you can just pull the shelf out and easily acquire even full units of models without risking the health of your miniatures. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and thanks for watching.